KTM has announced the release of the 2021 Duke 890 without an R at the end, completing the isolation and betrayal that 790 Duke owners must have felt now that the bikes were introduced in late 2017. Being a new down-spec model, it's a little taken aback the Scalpel, as it's referred to, not to be confused with the Super Scalpel 890 Duke R moniker, isn't that far off from the 890 Duke R, although there are clear differences from the 790 Duke. Talking, of course, about the larger 889cc parallel twin LC8C engine I first saw with the 890 Duke R. If new to motorcycle.com, then you should know you've covered the 890 Duke R extensively in the past, first with the 6 things to know about the bike, then the first ride review, followed by a comparison of the track between the bike and the boss's Duke 790. He turned it into his own interpretation of what the 790 Duke R should be. After riding the 890 Duke R, however, Bossman Grassfield admits how much good thing was. This was the bike of the year 2020 after all. But, and still does, that he was pleased with his 790 purchase decision. The rest of the staff had their doubts that said, there is no denying the fact that the standout feature of the bigger Duke is its 890 engine. In non-R form, KTM says it will produce 115 horsepower and 68 pound-feet, 92 Newton-meters, of torque, 10 horses more than the 790 and 3.6 pound-feet more torque. The bore and stroke are greater than 790, and although the pistons are larger, they are lighter than 790 pieces. Moving on to the cylinder heads, you'll find 4 valves per cylinder, double overhead light camshafts, 1 spark plug per cylinder, DLC-coated finger follower, steel valve, and hydraulic cam chain tensioner. The redline is also higher, 10,500 revolutions per minute versus 10,000 at 790. The result is an athletic engine that delivers 60 pound-feet of torque from as low as 5,500 revolutions per minute, a real benefit in real-world road driving applications. With a bigger engine, it produces more power. Not that the 790 has a problem with wheelies. In fact, the engine is unchanged from the R model, so if you want to dive deeper, click on the 6 things article above to read them all. One of the 790's advantages is the gearbox, and much of the same architecture remains with the 890 Duke. For 2021, lighter spring action and shorter lever travel make it easier and faster to change gears. Or you can check the Quickshifter Plus box on the options sheet for clutchless shifting in both directions. KTM said its arrangements had been revised and improved. Hopefully, this means the dreaded shift weakness we experienced with the 890 Duke R has been resolved. The subframe is a cast aluminum piece that houses the airbox, suspends the rider, and doesn't need additional support to maintain its integrity, it's all built into it. Since the 890 Duke was meant to be more road-friendly, the seat height was lowered to 32.2 inches, from 32.8 inches on the R model. The lower seat height should attract more riders. Here, Evans Pond